Is TreVeyon Henderson the most underrated running back prospect at the NFL Combine going into the NFL Draft? Let's talk about it. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year-round, and as we're in the throes of the NFL Scouting Combine, I want to take on this question that really comes out of this community about TreVeyon Henderson. So if you watch this show, you know that I did a segment not too long ago announcing Quinshon Judkins as my RB1. I would take him ahead of Ashton, Jeanty, and for that matter, I would also take him ahead of TreVeyon Henderson. But as I am wont to do, you see me in the comments, and I'm having these conversations out loud. I'm having these conversations in the comments, having these conversations wherever I feel privileged enough to be able to stick my nose in, right? And one of the things that I have been interested in is how Buckeye fans have come to view TreVeyon Henderson as the real RB1 coming out of Ohio State in 2024. And I think this is interesting. This is interesting because, number one, they have a good argument for TreVeyon Henderson being the better of the two backs at Ohio State and, quite literally, the best running back prospect available in the NFL 2025 draft. Now, why would they think this? Because in this year, where we got to see the full breadth of TreVeyon Henderson since his freshman year at Ohio State in 2021, he averaged 7.1 yards per carry on 144 attempts, just over 1,000 yards rushing for those of y'all that are keeping score. That is his best season, again, since his first one at Ohio State, where he rushed for 1,200 yards at about 6.8 per clip and had 183 attempts. One of the reasons that Quinshon Judkins was also able to shine was that he took a shine to TreVeyon Henderson, and likewise, the two of them needed to have a conversation about who was going to be in the backfield and why it was better for both of them to be splitting carries back there over the course of what turned out to be the longest season in not just college football history, but Ohio State history. One of the masterstrokes of the 2024 season for Ryan Day was actually getting Q Judkins to kind of fall in love with Ohio State and then going, now you got to go talk to Trey. And I'll talk to Trey, and we'll circle up, and we'll see how this feels, because I needed both of you to be on the same page if you're going to come here, because that is our RB1 right now. And he would have to be willing to split up his carries with you to make us a better football team, and that means that your chemistry has to be just crucially good, right? And it was just that. Both those guys root for each other. Both those guys had a great time running the ball in that backfield, and both of them had tremendous skill sets. They're both all-around backs. Both of them can catch the ball out of the backfield, run between the tackles, and are home run hitters. But one of their strengths is greater than the others, right? So Quinshon Judkins' real strength is between the tackles and breaking tackles. He can hit home run. He can take it the distance. He also will get you those hard yards. And he was running like Alvin Mack talks in the college football playoff. Through people, over people, around people. When it was going to go, and you handed the ball to Q Judkins, you were probably going to get that touchdown. Meanwhile, TreVeyon Henderson remains the same guy he's always been. Tremendous speed. I would love to see what 40 time he throws down, because I think it could be the fastest that we see in 2025. Definitely a 4.3 type of guy at tailback. And he has really impressed me of late, because there were some conversations that I think needed to be had, and we didn't really get the breadth of around TreVeyon Henderson about why he was or wasn't playing in 2023, especially late. Some of this was thought to be attitude. Some of this thought to be his mentality. This is a man who's very close to God. This is a man who's very in touch with his faith. Also had been dealing with the debilitating sleep paralysis, which I can't imagine how it must feel to be wide awake and unable to move, and how you live with that and move through that. I think the change at running back coaches, while probably jarring to start, because Tony Alford is the reason that Quinshon Judkins and TreVeyon Henderson ended up at Ohio State. But Carlos Lachlan was the right guy at the right time and continues to be, I think, the best guy for Ohio State at running back. He's an old school kind of dude. He went in Black Daddies that ain't giving you nothing. He's always on your head about something. And he says, look, I recruited the best tailbacks in the country to come to Ohio State. Next year, I'm going to recruit 3 more so to make sure y'all don't see the football field. That's the kind of mentality you have in that running back room. Now, that said, you need the competition. You want it to be correct. But we all know you can never have enough running backs because they get hurt. That is the nature of playing the position at this level. Knees get blown out. Elbows get dislocated. Shoulders get blown out. Sleep paralysis can happen. Durability is a thing. The other part about that is, while TreVeyon Henderson put the ball on the ground 3 times in 4 years, none of those were giveaways. None of those were takeaways, right? And I think each time you're looking at a dude that when he touches the ball, he's got an opportunity. He really does. Every time he touches the ball, you hold your breath. He's got that kind of juice. Same thing Ashton Jeanty has, by the way. Same thing Quinshon Judkins has. But I did want to speak to this. And I think one of the reasons that TreVeyon Henderson is RB1 for many Ohio State fans is quite literally longevity and what he has sacrificed and given to the program. Full stop. That's it. They love loyalty. They love a guy who's willing to stick it out with them, even when he's not getting his touches, even when it seems like it's hard, even when they're on their head. And Ohio State fans are just as quick to laud someone as they are to say, it might time to get him up out the paint. You come sit on the bench next to me. Ride this pine, sit down right here. You're not doing your job. I'm going to put somebody out there that will. They did this to the head coach, dog. They did. Yeah, yes. Don't lie. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did this to Ryan Day after the loss to Oregon. Y'all was all out here going, hey, are we sure this is the dude? Lost 1 game by 1 point to the number 1 team in the country on the road. Yeah, dog, but hey. That's 2 losses to Oregon, 2 different head coaches. Maybe it's Ryan Day. The man was a field goal away from winning the college football playoff that would have won the 2020 national championship. 2022 national championship. And it didn't go that way, right? Georgia is winning that game, and everybody's going to look around going, I don't know. You lose to Michigan. You lose to Georgia. What we doing here? The man could be like, hey, Justin Fields, Dwayne Haskins, C.J. Stroud, Marvin Harrison Jr., Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson. I could go on. He's like, yeah. What they got to do with winning a national championship, beating Michigan, dog? What they got to do with it? We need receipts. What have you done for me lately? That's why he getting paid $12.5 million to put up with y'all when y'all want to be on the lunatic fringe. Matthew Modine out here just skipping rope, ready to go after shoot. That's who y'all be full time. Full time. They in the darkness out there skipping rope, shadow wrestling, ready to go out there in blood time to get it on with the dude who puts the log on his back, walking stadium steps saying, I hope you make the weight. They be like, me too. I want you, shoot. I want you. That's who Ohio State is, man. TreVeyon Henderson was going through it. He was going through it. A lot of dudes do. But particularly at that place, you can be put through it. You can be made to understand who you are and what you are doing. And you know what? Ain't nothing like having to go to the grocery store. People know who you are, and for the wrong reason. Ryan Day go to the grocery store now. TreVeyon Henderson go to the grocery store now. Everybody want to shake your hand, dap you up, tell you how great you are. And, Buckeyes this, Buckeyes that. Scarlet and Gray forever, baby. I'm glad you could get it done. I know you lost to Michigan. I know you ain't never beat Michigan. But you know what? Got us a national championship. You know what? You didn't get no gold pants, but you got the ring. Good for you. Meanwhile, try being Ohio State 2023. You lost to Michigan. You didn't make the playoff. People looking at you like, so what do you do here? Yo, Ryan, I see why you walking away, Ryan. Hey, Trey, why you walking away? I got questions. I am a stakeholder here. I got my stocks right here. You see my shoes on. You see the scarlet and gray. Why you got me looking crazy out in front of my people? I think that's why they love TreVeyon Henderson. I think Quinshon Judkins was a dude to help them get over the line, right? I look at this dispassionately. As far as evaluating the players, right? I'm passionate about the job. But evaluating the players, I know why I want Q Judkins, right? What Q Judkins did in his freshman year at the SEC, only Herschel Walker has done better. At Ole Miss, he didn't do it at Bama, didn't do it at Georgia, he did it at Ole Miss. That man walked in the door, running people down, running people over. The year after, saying the same thing about the dude from Hopewell, Virginia. And by the way, shout out to Ohio State fans who found this channel March 2020. Why? Because my black ass would not shut up about what TreVeyon Henderson was. For me, that was Christian McCaffrey. You can go check the tape, dog. I was all in. I'm still all in on the dude. He had them down years in his second and third year, comes again in his fourth year, gets the national championship ring. I love him for it. Maybe he's a first round selection. But I did want to say, y'all are not incorrect to say that TreVeyon Henderson is a really great tailback and could be RB1. But like the top of most of this draft class, you take Trey, I'll take Q. If you take Cam Ward, I'll take Shador. I can do that all up and down the board, across the first round. First round's easy. First round is found money. You know what? Your 6-year-old can make that bet for you. Like, he can make that pick for you. When you get in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, then you start taking chances. Then you start earning your money. You're talking about undrafted free agents, then you start earning your money. That ain't nothing Ohio State never got to deal with. Because Ohio State got first-round picks everywhere they should. And if they don't, again, same man at the grocery store going to be going up to you going, hey, Mark Pantoni. Pantoni. What's with this recruiting class, dog? Huh? They ain't paying out, dog. Make me understand, money. I'm telling you, on your head, but it's full-time, and that's what you sign up for when you work, when you play for Ohio State.